My parents called me at 2 a.m., screaming that my brother was dying in a hospital in Aspen, and I had 10 minutes to send $25,000 or he'd be in agony all night. I looked at the ceiling, said one word, "No," and hung up. What I didn't know yet was that inside 72 hours, that single word would expose a felony, bankrupt my parents, end my sister's career, and send my brother to prison. If you've ever been the responsible one in your family, the one who pays, who fixes, who apologizes for existing, stay to the end, because what I found in my bank statements will make your blood run cold. And if this story hits home, hit subscribe now, because this channel is where people like us stop being the family ATM. My name is Rachel Coleman. I'm a structural engineer in Denver, Colorado, and for 32 years I thought my job in this family was simple. Be the oldest, be responsible, be the safety net. My brother Tyler is 25, the golden boy who could crash a car and somehow still be the victim. My sister Brooke is 22, an influencer with 2 million followers and zero savings. My dad, Robert, a retired fire captain, never said no to anyone. My mom, Diane, didn't need to raise her voice. She could destroy you with a sigh. You're the oldest, Rachel. It's your job to look after them. That sentence was the soundtrack of my childhood. I paid for Tyler's first car. I funded Brooke's first content trip to Paris. I've cleared credit card balances I lost count of years ago. And every single time I told myself that's what a good big sister does. That night, listening to my parents manufacture a hospital emergency over the phone, something in me didn't break. It went still, cold, final. And what happened over the next 3 days didn't just end my relationship with my family. It revealed they were never really a family. They were a syndicate, and I was their only investor. Before we go further, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. Every week, I share real stories about people who finally said no to the families that used them. This one's a rough ride. 5 years ago, I started a spreadsheet, not for budgeting, to track exactly how much money had left my account and landed in theirs. The total? $250,000. College tuition for degrees never finished, down payments on cars that got repossessed anyway, startup funding for Tyler's business ideas that lasted 6 weeks, trip after trip for Brooke's brand, none of which ever made her a dime. My mentor at the firm, a senior partner named Diane Ortiz, saw it happen in real time. We were at lunch when my phone buzzed, a Venmo request from Brooke for $900, labeled Emergency Skincare. I was already typing my PIN when she put her hand over my phone. "Rachel," she said, "they're not asking anymore, they're taking. You taught them your well never runs dry." She was right. And 2 weeks before that 2 a.m. call, I found out exactly how deep that well was supposed to go. Tyler announced in the family group chat that he and his rich friend Grant were heading to Aspen for a mental health reset. Before I could even respond, Brooke chimed in. She was going too, for networking. My mom texted me privately, "Your brother and sister deserve this, honey. They've had such a hard year." Translation, "Get your wallet out." I didn't answer. Days later, a photo dropped in the chat, the three of them in front of a private jet. Brooke's caption, "Aspen bound, so grateful for family who makes dreams come true." I knew my parents didn't have private jet money, which meant someone was about to run up a bill they couldn't pay, and everyone already knew whose name was on it. For the next 2 days, Brooke's page became a performance of wealth that wasn't hers. A 3-bedroom suite at a 5-star hotel, champagne with sparklers. Tyler filmed himself throwing $100 bills into the air at a club with Grant laughing beside him. Matching rented Range Rovers, a ski suit that cost more than my mortgage payment. I watched it all from my couch, eating leftover chili, reviewing bridge inspection reports. Then came the bracelet. Brooke posted herself in a jewelry store, holding up a diamond tennis bracelet, captioned, "Should I?" A friend from college texted me the screenshot. "Isn't that the bracelet you wanted for your 30th?" I had shown my mom that exact bracelet a year earlier. She'd told me it was too extravagant for me. Then the comment that broke something loose in my chest. Under a photo of Brooke and Tyler toasting wine glasses, a follower wrote, "Your family must be so proud. Big sis must be loaded." Thousands of likes. My money, my reputation, my 60-hour weeks turned into a punchline for their fantasy. That's the night I stopped being their bank. I just hadn't told them yet.
Then came the 2 a.m. call, the screaming, the manufactured emergency, my no, the dial tone. I woke up the next morning to a digital firestorm. Brooke had posted a tearful video, puffy eyes, shaking voice, claiming Tyler was lying in a hospital bed in agony while his 6-figure engineer sister refused to help. She tagged my full name, my employer, my work email. 1 million views before my coffee finished brewing. My inbox flooded with strangers calling me heartless. My phone buzzed with hate from numbers I didn't recognize. The old me would have panicked, apologized, wired the money just to make it stop. The new me made coffee, blocked every unknown number, filtered my inbox, and went private on every account. My boss called. I told her the truth in one sentence. "There's a family situation. The story online isn't accurate. It won't affect my work." She said, "Let me know if you need anything from HR." And that was it. They had tried to burn down my career to force my hand. All they proved was that walking away had been the right call. At 4 p.m. Sunday, an unknown number with an Aspen area code called. It was a police officer. Tyler hadn't been in a hospital. He'd been arrested at a casino after assaulting a floor manager and after using a forged line of credit to pull $100,000 in casino markers, which he lost. Felony fraud, felony assault. Bail was $50,000 cash. "You're listed as his emergency contact. His parents are here but can't produce the funds." "Then they have a problem," I said, folding a towel. "I'm not his guardian. Direct everything to Robert and Diane Coleman." And I hung up. My dad called 2 minutes later from a blocked number, my mother sobbing in the background. "They're going to send him to prison, Dad. You have to help us." "He committed a felony, Dad. That's not a misunderstanding. That's a choice." "He's your brother," Mom screamed. "You can't abandon him." "I can," I said, "and I will. You created this. You deal with it." I hung up and blocked the number. My father called one last time from a payphone. His voice was hollow. Tyler had a gambling addiction, years of hidden debts, loan sharks, $200,000 borrowed against the house that they'd told me was renovations. Aspen was supposed to be his one shot to win it all back. Now the bank was foreclosing. Tyler was facing real prison time, and they were asking me for $200,000 one last time. "No," I said. Then my father played his final card. "We gave you the down payment for your condo, $40,000. Doesn't that count for anything?" Something in my chest went cold and very, very clear. "You didn't give me anything, did you, Dad?" The confession came in broken pieces. They'd never had the money. They'd taken out a personal loan in my name without my knowledge and had been quietly making the payments themselves. My down payment, the one thing I thought was mine, built from nothing but my own work, was fraud. Another debt they'd chained to me without asking. "Goodbye, Dad," I said, and I hung up for the last time. Without my money holding up the walls, everything collapsed fast. The house was foreclosed. Brooke's brand deals evaporated once the truth about the hospital emergency went public. Tyler took a plea deal, 18 months, followed by mandatory rehab. I moved apartments, changed my number, and closed the door. 6 months later, I bought my first home, with a down payment that was finally actually mine. 32 years of guilt taught me one thing worth passing on. Setting a boundary isn't cruelty, it's survival. My family didn't see a daughter, they saw a resource, and resources eventually run dry. That freedom cost me $250,000. I'd have paid double. If this story hit close to home, if you've ever been the responsible one who quietly funded everyone else's life, tell me in the comments, what was your breaking point? And if you haven't already, subscribe. Every week, someone here finally says the word no for the first time in their life. Maybe next week, it's your story.